Good afternoon, my name is Special Serrano. Today I will be your instructor. So I will be instructing you on how to locate an unknown point on a map or on the ground by using intersection. The conditions, we're outside on an open field. Risk assessment is low. You have water available. Keep drinking water to avoid heat injury or dehydration injury. Additional, for the risk assessment, use caution for bugs, potholes, and sticks to trip over in this field. So with this lesson, just for training purposes, right here we have a map. So I'm gonna be going over your supplies. We have a map, a straight edge paper, a pencil, a compass, and a protractor. As far as your uniform, you're gonna have OCPs, ACH, eye pro or glasses, gloves, and flick setup. So today we have a Fort Rucker map. So there are two types of ways you can, or two types of method in intersection that you could do to find the unknown point. The first being map and compass method, and the second being the straight edge method. First, we're going to be going over the map and compass method. So we're going to need for these are a compass, map, pencil, straight edge, and the protractor. So first is the compass. Where you're going to want to, if you want your degrees to be the right ones, you have to inspect your equipment. So you want to open your protractor, make sure it opens all the way. You're going to want to check that the glass isn't broken. You're going to want to check in between here to make sure that the straight line isn't bent or missing, because this is very important when using the cheek to compass method. One of the two ways to hold the compass, the other being the center hold method. So after you inspect your compass, you're going to want to orient yourself on the map. That's the first thing you do. So I'm going to look around. Me in particular, I'm going to be using the center hold method. I just think it's easier. It's a lot more practical, and it's harder for me in general because I have glasses on for the compass to cheek method. So you're going to want to orient yourself on the map. You're going to be moving the map around until you are pointing north. And once you're oriented, you're going to want to set your compass down. You're going to want to use this straight edge and use the vertical lines on the map and align it with one of those vertical lines. So for locating yourself with intersection, first of all, you need to know where you're at on the map. Me, for this class, we're going to be located in the south end of Low Army Heliport on Fort Rucker, Alabama. So I'm going to look at my map, look for low. I'm going to look at the open field and mark a circle where I'm located at. A small circle. The smaller the circle, the more, the closer you're going to be to your exact location. Then you're going to want to take your protractor with the 0 pointed to the north of the map, you're gonna wanna align, there's a cross section in the center of the protractor. You're gonna wanna have the vertical line be parallel with the vertical lines of the map. And there's gonna be a center hole in the middle of the protractor. You're gonna place that hole on top of your current location. The Lower Army Heliport south end here, it's above my location. It is parallel. So now I'm gonna take the degrees and point it at my current location. Correction. So before that, you want to take your compass and look. In this instance, we're going to be looking at a statue of a Huey. It's a helicopter in the United States Army. The Huey is on the north end in an open field of Low Army Heliport. And your two known points for this will be two water towers. To our west, we're going to have Macedonia Water Tower. And to our east, we're going to have the Commissary Water Tower. Both will come in play later in these, to find the exact location of the Huey by intersecting these points. So first, I'm going to do the center hold. I'm going to point it at the Huey, and it is almost due north. To be exact, it is exactly 1 degree. So I'm going to go to my map, and you're going to have to go to your legend on your map in order to convert your magnetic into your grid north. There are 3 types of north. It's magnetic, grid, and true. For this lesson, we will only be dealing with magnetic, with magnetic and grid. So once I have my magnetic 1 degree for the Huey off of my location, we're gonna have to convert that into grid. So the conversion scale says to convert magnetic into a grid azimuth, subtract your GM angle. And in this particular map, the GM angle is 3.6 degrees. So I'm gonna take that 1 degree, subtract the 3.6, is gonna end up to 357.4. So I'm gonna note that down. Then I'm gonna go to my other known points. Oh, correction, before we do that, then you're gonna use your protractor. Once you've used that conversion, so remember it's the 357, then you're gonna wanna place the center of the tick marks in the protractor above yourself. Then you're gonna go to 357 degrees and mark a point. Then you can use your straight edge, you can use a paper, the protractor. I like using the protractor because it's stiffer. And then you're gonna draw a straight line from your location to the unknown location, being the Huey. So now you have your first intersection. Then you're gonna go to the Macedonia Water Tower and do the same thing. You're gonna draw a straight line from the Macedonia Water Tower to the unknown point being the Huey. And then lastly, we're gonna go to the Commissary Water Tower and draw a straight line from that to the unknown being the Huey. So now we have 3 known points, my current location being the south end of Low, and 2 water towers. We already intersected them all with the unknown location. The more known locations you have to intersect the point with, the more accurate you will be. So now that my unknown location is marked with all the intersections, now we will determine the grid coordinates for it. We're going to be determining a grid coordinate. You're going to be using your protractor. Make sure you use the right scale on your protractor. We're using a $1 to $50,000 50,000 meter map So it's the top right in this instance. Correction, top left. So we're gonna go. So the coordinates for the Huey, the unknown location, have come out to 19, 20, 70, 55 on an 8 grid coordinates. So now that we have shown the map and compass method to find our unknown location, now we're going to use the straight edge method. The straight edge method is a lot easier, a lot simpler, a lot faster if you have the resources to do it. So I'm going to use again my protractor. We're going to use the same exact points, being the 2 water towers and myself, south end of low field for the Huey. So it's almost the same as the map and compass method at the end when you're using a straight edge to connect the water towers and yourself to the unknown point. So again, since they're already drawn on, I'm just doing this to demonstrate. So we're going to draw a straight line from Macedonia Water Tower to the Huey, myself to the Huey, and the Commissary Water Tower to the Huey. They all intersect. They're going to intersect at the same point in this instance. But again, just going in order. Make sure you're always orienting yourself, marking your locations, drawing those lines with the straight edge. To determine those grid coordinates accordingly. So after this lesson, I have gone over the 2 ways to orient yourself on the map. Correction, the 2 ways to find an unknown location on a map or ground by map and compass method and the straight line method. So now you will be completing your assessment that I handed out before class. Right now will be your time to do so. Ready, begin? Okay, pencils down. Okay, so after reviewing your test, we had 10 soldiers, 9 had a goes, 1 single soldier had a no-go. At the end of the class, I will be discussing what we will do to retrain that soldier. So overall, again, do we have any, now we will go on to the AAR portion. Do we have any improvements, any ways I can make this training better, maybe a better location or better tools? Okay, so first of all, you were supposed to learn how to find an unknown location on a map or the ground by using intersection. And I showed you 2 methods. What happened? Exactly, that is what happened. So now, do you have any improvements? Okay, maybe go to the actual airfield to actually see all these points. The reason I didn't was because of noise abatement. There's always going to be aircraft flying. It would be hard for me as the instructor to be heard by you, the students. And any sustains? Okay, good tools provided, good assessment to test one's knowledge. Okay. So Sergeant Moen, at the end of my lesson, we started off with 10 soldiers, and 9 of them had goes, and 1 of them had a no-go. To give further lessons to that soldier, to give him a go, next week on Tuesday at 1600 at the company, we will be meeting to review these instructions. And all of these soldiers are now dismissed. Thank you.